Hello, my name is Kaylee. This is my channel. We're pretty new here. I'm new here. You're probably new here. So today I'm going to be doing the mid-year book tag. I know that it's August now, but I really wanted to do this and I didn't get around to doing it until now. So we're just gonna do it now and pretend like it's still the end of June, early July, okay? So this tag is a really fun way to kind of recap the books that you've read so far this year. So some of the things are like best book, new favorite author, stuff like that. So just jumping straight into it, I have this enormous stack of books next to me and we're just gonna make our way through. So the first one is the best book that you've read so far this year. And for me, that is Song of Achilles. I don't remember who this is by, but it just absolutely destroyed my heart, ruined my entire life, but in the best way possible. I am sure you've heard of it, but it's basically following the events of the Iliad, like the Trojan War and all that jazz. And I think his name is Patroclus, something like that. I don't know how to read, apparently. But his relationship with Achilles. And I had no idea what the Iliad was about. So I went into this very innocently and I came out of it very heartbroken, to say the least. I devoured this book. I read it in the span of like 2 days. But an incredible read. I think I rated it 5 out of 5 stars. So definitely made it onto my all-time favorite list this year and of all time. Just incredible. Also, this on my hand, I was reorganizing my lipsticks and seeing which ones were gone. So just ignore that. It's okay. So the next item on this book tag is the best sequel you've read. And I haven't read a lot of like duologies or even just sequels in general this year. So this is technically the third book in a series. It's a trilogy. It's what's it called? The Vows of Empire by Emily Skrutsky. Yeah, it's part of the Blood Right trilogy. I can't speak apparently. This is the third and final book in the series and it just made my life so complete and it's so incredible. You need to read it. I can't really describe the plot of this book without giving away literally the entire series. Basically, the series is following Edion and Gal. So this is a heavy sci-fi book. And so there's like this whole, like, there's solar systems and galaxies and all that jazz. Like, they're gone. They're not here anymore. And it's like, there's space wars, like Star Wars, except just without the stars. And I don't even know how to explain it, but it's so good. And there's like wars going on and a rebellion, and it's just incredible. And I love it. There's so many twists and turns. I was shocked. At the end of all 3 books, I was like, the next part is a new release that you want to read. And for me, that is tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. 3 tomorrows. There's 3 tomorrows. Look how pretty this book is over here. See it? It's so pretty. Like, I'm obsessed with this cover. I don't know a whole lot about this. It's by Gabrielle Zevin and it's really pretty. I got it in the July Book of the Month box. I don't even know exactly what it's about. I know it's a love story and that's pretty much all I know. I like to go into books kind of not knowing anything because I feel like it makes it more, like, so much more exciting and so much more of like a mystery. It's like an adventure. Like, I don't know what's going on, but I really want to read this. It's been all over Barnes Noble and everything. So I'm very excited. I'm glad that I have this. Will be picking this up by the end of the week. Next up on the list is most anticipated release for the rest of the year. I don't know if this one necessarily counts because there's no official release date. There's no even official announcement for the next in the series, but that would be Heartstopper. This one is also like the cutest cover ever. I must have packaging. That's not what it's called. I only have volume 1, but I read all 4 volumes on like Webtoons, and it's so incredible, and I want the next parts to come out so bad. So there's 4 volumes right now, and the author, Alice Osman, the author is on a hiatus right now, not writing anymore. They kind of talked about it on Webtoons in an update. And so yeah, I don't know if we'll be getting any more Heartstopper by the end of the year, but I am hopeful. Next up is biggest disappointment of the year. I don't have a physical copy of this book, thank God, because it was garbage. Okay, that was a little bit of an over-exaggeration. And I'm really glad that I did not buy a copy of this book before I read it, because I did not enjoy it and I will never be rereading it. But that is A Very Large Expanse of Sea. And I did not like this. It's really hyped. I heard so many things about it. Everyone loves it apparently. I didn't like it. I barely even remember what it was about. I think I gave it 2 stars, maybe even less than that. Probably 2 stars, like 1 or 2 stars. It was really bad. The characters weren't developed at all. The love story was really bizarre to me. I didn't like it. I did not like it one bit. It's about this girl. Her family is Muslim, I'm pretty sure. And it is in like 2002, so it's like a year or a few years after 9/11, and everyone is really mean to her at school. She's a high schooler, and everyone is really nasty to her. And I'm like, okay, this sounds like a good story. Like, that's something that I'm sure a lot of people relate to, and that's important to talk about. But the execution was awful. And basically she falls in love with this guy. Don't even remember what his name was. I think it was Ocean or something stupid. Sorry. And they fall in love for some reason, but they can't be together because everyone's gonna hate him if he's around her. It's not good. Don't read it. Next up was the biggest surprise of the year, as far as reading, of course. And for me, that was The Picture of Dorian of Grey. This book, I had no idea I was going to love this book so much. I gave it 5 stars, added it to the all-time favorites shelf on Goodreads. Incredible. First of all, this copy. It's one of the Penguin cloth-bound classic editions, and it's beautiful. The little, like, peacock feathers. This book shocked me. This book grabbed me by the throat and drew me in. This book ruined my life. This book fixed my life. This book is everything. The writing, Oscar Wilde is wild. The writing is so beautiful. I have so many new favorite quotes just from this book. I already want to reread it, and I might again by the end of the year, so we'll see. I was not expecting to love this so much. I have never been super into classics. I've been getting into them more recently, but this book drew me in. Read this. Next up is favorite new author. So I don't really have a new favorite author of the year, because a lot of the new authors that I've been enjoying just have like the one book or the one series. But I do have a new favorite poet, and that is Amanda Loveless. You get it. I've read 2 of her books now. This one is Flower Crowns and Fearsome Things. The other one I read, I believe, is called The Witch Doesn't Burn in this one. Both of them really good. About feminism, about love. I really enjoyed this one. The art is absolutely beautiful. It like goes back and forth from these like nice, like, I don't know if you can see, but it goes from the fire to the pretty, to the fire to the pretty. And I loved this. This was so good. Made me cry at one point. Just an incredible poet. She talks about feminism and what it means to be a woman just so well. And that dichotomy of, I am a woman, I'm strong, I'm brave, I can do anything, and I don't need anyone, versus like, I'm gentle, I am kind, like I'm soft, and just like being able to be both of those things at once, being able to be strong and gentle at the same time, being able to be fiery and soft at the same time. And I just thought it was really, really well done. I loved this. Read this as well. Next up is newest Fictional Crush. This one, immediately I thought of the Bridgerton books, because I've been reading those this year. I just finished book 5, I believe, and like, yeah, they're not good, but I love them. They're not supposed to be works of literary beautiful masterpieces, you know? Like, that's not what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be trash, and I am trash, and I love it. Immediately I saw this, I go, easy. First of all, Anthony Bridgerton, the actor. Second of all, Simon Bassett. Also, other than that, I was like, okay, all the Bridgerton brothers. All the Bridgerton sisters, but specifically those two. Anyways, next up is newest favorite character. This one I had a lot because from the Bloodright trilogy, Wen, she's iconic, incredible, beautiful, masterpiece. Incredible. Second of all, I thought of Baz from Rainbow Rowell's Carry On series. He's pretty cool too. And then I was like, Percy and Annabeth from Percy Jackson. I read that series this year. Love both of them. And then I remembered that I read the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy this year for the first time. And Sam has my whole heart. That man, that little man, has my whole heart and soul. I love him. I have hard eyes for him. He's my favorite. You can't convince me he's not in love with Frodo, because he's in love with Frodo. But new favorite character, for sure, for sure, for sure. Next up is a book that made you cry. This one, quite a few books have made me cry this year. Honorable mention for Red, White, and Royal Blue. I didn't really love that book, but it did make me cry. So, but the one that made me like sob a lot was surprisingly Beach Read by Emily Henry. I can't explain it. I can't. But also that's a lie, because I can. So in this book, we're following January, who is an author. She moves up to her recently late father's cabin in this it's like a lake town. And there she runs into her old college rival Augustus, and they're neighbors, and it's a whole fiasco where they end up swapping manuscripts and writing in each other's genres that they normally write in, because they're both authors. January, her father has just passed away. A big part of that book is about that, and her dealing with finding out all these new things about her father and living in his house and just like blah 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 blah, all that jazz. And there's a part towards the end where she's like reading letters that he had written her, and I don't know why, but it made me sob. Well, I do know why. But it made me cry really, really hard, and it was just really sweet. So I loved this book. It's not a lot of people's favorite. I mean, it's really popular, but I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. But there you go. Beach Read made me cry quite a lot. A book that made me happy this year, easy. The House in the Cerulean Sea. Perfect book. It's just so sweet. It's like it even says it on it's like being wrapped in a big gay blanket. That's what it is. It's perfect. It's so good. It made me so happy. Over the moon. There is magical realism in this book. There is a caseworker that goes to this orphanage for the magical youth and meets the caretaker there, and a whole story unfolds, and it's about found family, and it's cheesy, and it's beautiful, and I've discovered great music because of it. It's just incredible. I love it. I love it so much. It's so good. I want to reread it again. It's just perfect. I love it. I want to kiss you. I want to kiss you, but I'm wearing lipstick. And the cover's so cute. Next up is the most beautiful book that I have bought or read this year. And this one is a toss-up because I've started collecting the Penguin Clothbound classics this year. I mean, I started a little bit last year, but mainly this year I've gotten most of the ones I have. I think I have 12 or 13. I'm not exactly sure. And all of those are beautiful, but I picked my top 3 favorites, and these also answer the next question, which is books I want to read by the end of the year. So first of all, other books that I want to read by the end of the year are like Great Expectations, more Charles Dickens, Leo Tolstoy. I want to delve more into Jane Austen. I'm rereading a series of Unfortunate Events right now. So yeah, I'm kind of dipping my toes into everything. Kind of taking a bite out of all the things. But these next 3 are by far the most beautiful books that I've gotten this year, and also books that I have to read by the end of the year. So first up is Frankenstein, The Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. First of all, this book, you're kidding. You're kidding. I think this is maybe my favorite book that I own. So beautiful. I can't believe I've never read Frankenstein. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Definitely gonna save this until October though. But yeah, I'm gonna love it. Literally, I just got goosebumps. I just got goosebumps thinking about this book, how beautiful it is, how excited I am. Next up, also a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous book. Inferno by Dante, part of the Divine Comedy. This book is absolutely stunning. Also, all of these books like feel like, I don't know if you can hear that, but they feel incredible. I'm obsessed with all of them. I also want to read this by the end of the year. I put it on my August TBR, so this one will be devoured shortly. You know, I just feel like this book fits August. Like, in Utah, we are living in the Inferno. Like, that's where we're at. It's like over 100 degrees. Like, this is where I'm gonna be in August. Okay, last but certainly not least, answer to both of these questions is War and Peace. Da, 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 da. That was bad. Anyways, this is a chunky boy, over 1,300 pages long. This is also part of the Penguin Clothbound Classics, and I love it. It literally is hurting my back holding it. It's so heavy, it's so big. So this is a gorgeous book. I'm very excited to read it. I feel like it's gonna ruin my entire life. I feel like I'm gonna come out the other end an entirely new person, which is why I've been putting it off for so long, because I'm just so excited and I feel like I'm not smart enough to like understand it, so I've been kind of putting it off. But I'm telling you this right now, I'm going to read this by the end of the year. I'm either going to start it next month or maybe wait until October. Not October, September. Definitely will be starting it by September if I haven't already. Might start it today. We'll see. So that is it for the mid-year book tag. I hope you enjoyed me rambling about the books that I've read so far this year. It's been a lot. I think right now I'm sitting at 61 books read this year, and my goal is, I think, only 90. I think I set my goal to 90, so I think I'm like way far ahead. We'll see where we might end up. It's time for me to go. I need to go. I've been outlining this cute little project that I'm working on. I've just been doing lots of writing today. I had an online class, so I've just been kind of chill at home. Did my makeup, actually got ready, went through my lipsticks. It's been a lot today. So I'm just gonna hang out, read a little, write a little, breathe a little, live a little. I don't know. We'll see. I will see you later. Bye.